Hello and welcome back. We are on the black pieces this time, playing some more chess with Vesti users. This is relating to the previous game. It's all good. It was very even before that. I think we are evenly matched, so should be good fun. All right, cool. And I believe that sincerely. It was a good game. He just made a blunder, created an opening so that my knight could come in and just do this silly checkmate. And it does raise the question. And last game I didn't castle. He didn't castle either. Really, we should be castling unless there's something really important, some huge advantage you can get elsewhere. Castling really protects your king quite a bit, and just keeping it in the middle is can be scary. So we'll just mirror his moves then. I imagine he'll do this next, and we can do that. That's fine. Both of these pawns are being protected, so pretty good so far. Yeah, not much going on. We just started, and even on everything in terms of pieces as well as the board positioning, just because we're two turns in, so to be expected. In his shoes, yeah, I think I would either move this. Oh, okay, that's fancy. Didn't see that coming. I mean, it is being protected by the queen here, so you know it's a pretty reasonable move for sure. I could move my knight, which is what I was planning to do next, but if I do that, he might do this, and that would be a little bit awkward for me. Then I'd be forced to retreat all the way back. So instead, I think I'll open up. Either I'll open up this side or I'll push this out. Maybe we'll push this out here and just invite this trade. And the goal is to try to, by getting rid of this knight, this pawn becomes a little bit vulnerable. Although he has plenty of ways to defend this later. So maybe that was a little too aggressive. Maybe I should have just moved here. I didn't want to go here because I want to move this next so that I can free my bishop over here. All right, this is getting a little scary. Yeah, not sure what he's going for here. If he takes right now, we can take back, and then he can bring the queen out, and then we can bring our queen out, or our knight, so I'm not too worried. So, you know what, we'll do this. Do we have to do this trade? It's not really that useful at the moment. We could also just do this and start, creating the space to castle. We can do this, just up one, just sort of ignore this and get our bishop into play. A lot of good choices. I think let's just ignore it for now and just develop our board normally. We could put our bishop here next and sort of nullify this attack a bit. We could put the knight forward as well, and once we do that, we could start an attack on this pawn, and once we get rid of this knight, we can pick up this pawn for free. So there's a few decent things going for us, but yeah, still pretty even right now, and not too sure which way this will go. All right, didn't see that coming. Not sure what's going on here. There's nothing immediately dangerous about this that I could see. I might be missing something though, for sure. We could again kind of ignore what he's doing and just move forward here with our knight and then try to control the center. We could just tell him to back off as well. I think I'm willing to do that. I think he doesn't really have a play here, so he should just move back to the spot, and then that will give us the initiative, and then we'll be able to basically we're winning a turn by doing this, which is a pretty minor advantage, but an advantage nonetheless. There's nothing again that I could see that he could trade with. He could do something scary like this, check. Just trying to see. Sometimes you can set up like a weird chain of sacrifices and the like, but uh, yeah, check, and then this is the only thing. And yep. I think we're safe. Um, so I really think his only viable move is to just push that knight back where it came from. He could go here as well, but why put it in the side when it can do more work a little bit more centrally? So, and then once he does that, then I'll probably just do this. Okay, he could say, hey, you want to do this, then I'll you want to take my um, knight, then I'll take your bishop. But what he's missing in that is if um, if he takes my bishop, then I can take his rook for free. So, and I could take his other bishop. So this is not I don't think that's a wise move on his part. Um, he could do this with his bishop, certainly that's fine, but that then gives my bishop a chance to escape, and we leave this encounter up 2 points, which is pretty good too. So yeah, I like how this is going. If he takes with the pawn, we take rook. And if he does not, so yeah, so that was should have just moved the knight back, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's sometimes there are plans within plans and sacrifices that set up something that blindsides you later. So we'll see. But so far I'm pretty comfortable with it. Okay, he does that, which is fine. That gives my bishop a chance to escape. So we do end up ahead. And where to put it is the next question. We could put it here, or we could put it here. I think it makes more sense to put the bishop here. You could do something aggressive, like put the pawn all the way forward, but we still have a space to escape to. Or in fact, we can even advance and put his rook under some pressure and be in a more central location even. But if I do that, then he pushes his pawn forward, and then I'm out of spaces. So as tempting as this is, this is a good counter to it. Another thing we could do though, which is more spicy, is again taking advantage of this rook situation. Is take we could do it with either the bishop or the well, we can't do it with the knight because it's pinned formally right now. Um, we can't move this piece. But what I could do is do this, and then if he takes back, then his rook is forfeit. So I think this makes sense, even though it looks sort of weird. But if he does this, then his rook is ours for free. And if he doesn't do that, then we have time again to escape someplace. Probably just right back here is a good spot. This is still, dangerous. We haven't had an opportunity to castle, so my king is a little bit vulnerable. But once we get a chance at some point, assuming this action here dies down, we just push the knight forward and then we castle, and that's going to be a pretty high priority if things stabilize for us. I need to get a haircut. My hair is itchy and long. I need to shave. All right. We'll hopefully do that tomorrow. So in terms of, well, let's try to think of things on his side. Okay, so this is cool. So he's saying, all right, well, I see what you're planning here. I'm not going to let you have that. I could take this pawn, And what that will set up is it's being protected. Yeah, or we could just slide back here. But you know, a pawn is a pawn. That's still a piece for us to gobble up. And yeah, again, this is mildly concerning, but you know, he hasn't let up on the pressure, so we haven't been able to do this move and castle. But I'm comfortable with if we come out ahead, taking pieces for free. Why not? Wow, that's a shocking move. Um, is he sure about that? Should I ask to see if he wants to withdraw? Rooks are more valuable than bishops for sure. Is he trying to? There is some benefit to doing something like this, but it's not very obvious immediately. So I don't know. So you should just take this, and what do I do then? Maybe move this rook forward. Sounds reasonable. Or finally do this. I think that's, yeah. I think it's about time. If he just takes back as I expect, we'll move our knight forward and put some pressure on this pawn in particular, and then finally castle and get out of this mess. Because if he's planning something really intricate that I can't see, then we need to get the king out, you know, right away. All right, he doesn't do that, which is weird. And now I could just trade if I want to. So we'll trade. Yeah, sure. All right, makes sense. Now we'll do this so that we could start our evacuation of His Majesty. He castles. We could delay the castle and pick up this pawn for free, but we are up ahead by so much that the safety of the king is worth slightly more to me at this moment than the pawn. But it is a free pawn, and we could have done it that way. But this is fine. So now I'm feeling pretty safe. This pawn is next up, so I imagine he'll do something to protect it. And okay, that's not what I expected, but that's fine. It's still a free real estate, and now he does protect it. And I can't do this. All right. What should we do then? We could either get this rook into play, or we could get this knight into the action. I think the knight makes more sense to me. I like that. We are putting a little pressure on this bishop, but really I just want to start moving everything on this side of the board. Getting rid of this pawn would be nice. Right now he has two pieces protecting it, so we need to dislodge one of those pieces so that our two pieces attacking can win. But yeah, we're up by quite a few pieces, so king is in a good spot. So it's on me now to throw the game. Hopefully I don't do that. He does. So it's a good move. If I move the knight here, it dies. If I move the knight here, it dies. If I move the knight here, it dies. Here it dies. If I keep it in place, it dies. So there's really only one choice, which is awkward again. I kind of want to free this bishop, but I'm not going to give up a knight for free. He could push once more. Then the question is, do we trade, or do we push our piece forward? And I think this is a little spicy. Okay, I think what we do is do this check. The rook is in danger. He could just put it here. Yeah, that's probably a good move because then I don't know what to do. I just have to move my. Oh no! Did I take this bishop? He can then take this pawn, but I can take back. I think that's fine. Um, it's still scary to me. It's just this whole situation looks a little bit weird. Um, because or he could go this way and do a check, and we'll be in trouble that way. But I still think this is fine. Maybe greedy. If he does this check, if he does this, that's easy. We just take with the rook. But if he goes here, the question is, do we then take and let him check us, and then we can come right back? That's fine. It's probably then what we'll do. Yeah. The other possibility is to just not take and just go like here, for instance. But I think this is fine. And go here, and we can slide back. Yeah, this was painful. Had I not put my knight here, we would have been in a better spot. Okay, so he's setting up a really dangerous situation for us. Unfortunately for him, this queen had to be on this spot because it was protecting my knight from going here. And this seems very smart and could have gotten us in a lot of trouble. But now instead, unfortunately, we have the perfect pin. He has to move his king out of the way, and then we gobble up his queen, and then this attack fizzles out completely. He might just resign right now because the rook by itself isn't going to be able to do anything against our king. And yeah, no matter what he does, that's going to be. So we'll take that, put him in check again, and now it's just mopping up. We'd try to be really mean and try to eat up every piece that he has. That's a sort of a fun thing that we could try. Um, or we could just try to finish the game as efficiently as possible. I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I can you hear my death rattles? It was very tense, for sure. It was very tense until that queen pin, because even though he was down by a lot of material, he was still setting up something really scary. So, but once we were able to take the queen out, now he really doesn't have enough to do anything. So, sure, we'll do this. That will also open up the rook to being taken out. And yeah, it's not even though it should be over, and it probably is over. It would take a colossal throw at this point to lose. He still has enough material to win. Technically, he has just having a rook is enough to win. But I think we'll be okay. So I'm gonna move out aggressively here, and he can't do this check. And next thing that we'll do is get some more pieces involved, and we'll try to finish out the game pretty quickly, hopefully. And yeah, so let's do this. This is just for fun. He can't take again. The bishop is in the way. Um, oops. Here you go. So now there's really no danger at all. It's incredibly hard to win the game with this amount of pieces. And yeah, we'll just be cruel and try to make it so that I think I'll go for that and just try to eat up every single piece until we get the checkmate. Um, you know what? Sure. We'll trade that. It's nice to give his king a lot of freedom of movement because we don't want him to stalemate. If he doesn't have a legal move, he can still get a stalemate, which is a draw. And so I want to make sure that he always has a legal move. So right now he could move here, or move his pawn forward. If I take the pawn, he can still move back. That's a legal move. So, so we've accomplished the optional objective here. We've taken up all of his pieces. You could still get a stalemate draw, but I'm on the lookout for it, so it's going to be tough. And let's just do this. Queen is being protected by the rook, and we'll do this. He could still go here or here. He goes here, we can just push the rook down and, yep, start the, lucky for me, my king is solid snake. More like punished. I think that's from the game, right? I'm not sure. I might have just made that up. So check, he has to go here or here. Can't go here, can't go here, can't take. So one of these two. All right, good. And then we can go here. That forces him here. Or, no, can't go down one, so it forces him here. And, yeah, that should be it. Good game. Thanks for the games. Let's do this again sometime soon. All right, and we're done. So, I didn't want it to be painful, but you know, I should have just resigned when you lost your queen, buddy. But that's okay. I have had some practice today, so I don't feel bad. I think in terms of skill, we are quite even. So I'm sure you'll get me next time. Till then, this is EP1 signing off.